We've got a very special guest joining us in our segment Trending in 2012. Tonight, we've got R. Seshasayya, Vice Chairman of Ashok Leyland, who joins us to talk about the broad outlook for the auto space and concerns for India Inc. in the year 2012. Mr. Seshasayya, thank you so much for joining us on the show. I understand the Auto Expo is still on and there are a lot of people still right behind you. But first up, 2011 was a tough year for the auto sector. With RBI now expected to cut rates, do you think 2012 will be a better year for auto companies?
Well, I do hope so. This is certainly going to be a changer for the better sentiment, and to the extent that inflation, at least we have seen, has peaked, and therefore interest rates are likely to come down. This must make a positive impact on the demand. But that's not the only thing. I think we need to also ensure that the demand is not going to get affected by any kind of political upheavals which might dampen the general sentiment.
Right, general sentiment, that is right. What's your sense, however, in particular, on the auto side, do you see a shift really in favor of diesel vehicles in 2012, given the high petrol prices? What can potentially reverse the general trend in the auto space today?
Well, the world over, we have seen the shift taking place to diesel vehicles, not because of any kind of subsidies, but because diesel has been proven to be a clean fuel. And you see, therefore, in Europe, despite the fact that there are no subsidies for diesel, the diesel cars have been a substantial proportion of the fleet. But in India, this has also been supported by the fact that we had the subsidies. What's important is to have certainty about taxation. The uncertain atmosphere that is currently prevailing about the potential taxation on diesel cars is what could dampen the demand for diesel cars. But I think this is unlikely to go away quickly, and therefore I do think that the diesel cars and the demand for diesel cars will continue quite robustly in India.
Okay, let me get you away from auto in particular to the broader liquidity situation, liquidity crunch in India actually. Given that India Inc. is holding back their investment targets, they're also going a bit slow. What do you think is going to be 2012 like when it comes to India Inc.'s own business environment?
Frankly, I think the capacity increases will take some time to come. Investment for new product development will certainly take place, because in a crowded market it's important to keep investing for new products, and that's going to take place. But to my mind, investments for capacity expansion for existing players will take some more time. Sentiments have to change. And as it is, we have a large capacity already created by incumbent players, both on the cars and the commercial vehicles. And therefore, I would not expect the investments to be stepped up immediately in capacity.
Mr. Seshasayya, you've been a former president of the CII and you understand policy making pretty well. What do you think can the government do now to improve the business climate in the country? Because sentiment in industry is indeed very poor.
Cobwebs in the policy environment have to be removed very quickly. That's number one, and that's the priority for the government now. The second is, of course, it's not the government, but it's the Reserve Bank acting together with the government to ease the liquidity situation and to bring down the interest rates, because clearly demand in India has been spurred by a lot of installment credit being available to the middle class and the consuming public. So we've got to get back to that environment where installment credit is not expensive and is seen to be affordable to increase demand. That, I think, is going to hopefully take place. And the third is to have some degree of political stability, at least a feeling of stability that there is going to be no major upheavals. Hopefully, after the state elections are behind us in March and the next central election is going to be 2 years away, we could begin to see some kind of stability taking place in that area as well.
Okay, we need some stability. Mr. Seshasayya, the government has received a lot of flack from industry over, this policy paralysis that even you spoke about. But do you think this criticism was justified? We had the Prime Minister, in a sense, tell the industry that this kind of criticism was unjustified. What is your own view?
I think there's been a lot of angst. Industry is very justifiably worried about the fact that infrastructure investments are not taking place, that we see physical constraints happening as a result of power non-availability. We see issues relating to port conditions. So I think very justifiably the industry is concerned that there needs to be statements of intent to address these issues. What's been bothering industry is the fact that there's been a lot of silence, and therefore this has been very worrisome. Take the GST, for example. This has been in the making for a long time, and the fact that we are not internationally competitive because of the embedded taxation that we have is something that worries industry. And even if it is going to take some time, so long as we see that yes, this is beginning to happen, it will take its logical course, and it will result in the GST getting in place, that's not too bad. But silence and chaos and confusion and contradictions certainly create angst.